If you've been on social media at all in the last week, you've probably heard about Wordle. Wordle is a game where you try to guess a 5-letter word. Everyone gets the same word each day. Letters show up in green if you guess the correct letter in the correct spot of the real word, yellow if you've guessed the correct letter but it's in the wrong position, and gray if that letter is not present anywhere in the word. So I don't really like to cheat at games or puzzles, but it seemed like this was a fun example where having a word list and some tools to manipulate it could make for an interesting way to play with this game. I've already solved today's puzzle, and by the time you're watching this, this is yesterday's puzzle, so we're not spoiling it for anybody else. But I decided to try to use Deephaven, a tool I work with on a regular basis and help build, and try to take a CSV word list and, using the feedback we get from the game, try to have it help me solve the puzzle. So this is a word list with 300,000 words in it, with the frequency that each word occurs at. Let's sort the whole CSV by the frequency. We need to limit the limit the words that are available to only 5-letter words. That tool is not over there, it's over here. Manage a custom column, add a length column, which is going to be equal to word.length. And now that we have this column, we can filter it, so only those with length equal 5 will show up. Now one more thing we want to do to be able to tell Deephaven what letters we can rule out and what position they need to be in. We need a column, just like is in the real game, for each of the letters of the word. So the first column here will have the first character, and so on. Okay, now with these columns added, we can see that each word shows up with each of its letters spelled out. I'm going to make this column wider because we're going to be building a complex filter in here based on what we know from the game, the feedback the game gives us. And let's collapse these two columns here, length and count, because we're not going to need to see them again. So, bringing the game back over here, and let's actually make this a little bit taller so it's easier to read. I like to use alter as my first word. I know everyone's got their own first word they like to use. And alter today gives me that A, I got an R. A is somewhere in the word. So we can say this word contains A. Tilde is the contains operator. And we know it has no L, so it does not contain L, does not contain T, and does not contain E. And next we know that this last column, I don't need to list R over here because this last column has an R in the final column. So we need to also say that this column here will never be an A. So this column is not A. Okay, so now we only have the words which match the criteria we've gotten so far. The next most popular, because that's what we've sorted on, most popular word is major. And for major, we learn that the second letter is the A, and the second to last is the O. There's no M anywhere in the word. It does not contain M, and it does not contain the letter J. All right. Any other information we have? No, that's it. So the next word we have is favor. And we've solved the puzzle.